What's up, everybody? It is Stryker and Klein. It is night 2 of the KROQ Almost Acoustic Christmas, and it's Josh and Tyler. 21 Pilots are joining us. It's great to see you both.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
It's about time you guys actually do some shows for a change. I mean, geez, just been kicking back, doing nothing for the past few years.
Thought we'd get out of the house.
Yeah.
You know, check out the world for the first time.
Let me leave the first comment on the YouTube video. This will be out. Wow, I can't believe he's got his own microphone in this interview. Look at it. We give him the microphone.
Yeah, I changed my stance on that. You know.
So is the stance that he must have one at all times, or?
No, now it's he can have one.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
after all these years, I'm usually too scared to talk. So this is it.
That's not true. That's not true at all, man.
There's a second microphone on that chair. If you want to grab it, you can have two. We can make up for lost time.
Honestly, people talk about me having the mic all the time, but if you look at his drum set, it's got like 30 mics on it.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got plenty of noise over there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some stuff. You're going to take the stage pretty soon to close out this year's Almost Acoustic Christmas. The grind that you guys have been on and playing the amount of shows and the traveling you're doing, how does it feel to come to the end of the year and finally take a little bit of a break?
It feels good. It's kind of weird. Josh and I have talked about you kind of get into a schedule when you go on tour, and to go home. First day, you're really excited to be home and using your own towels, simple things like that. By day 2, 3, 4, you start wondering, wait, what was I doing before I was traveling around? So it's kind of hard to get into a routine again at home.
When you are at home, though, is your mind still thinking about the road even though you're not trying? Like, okay, what do I have to do at 5? I have to be at a radio station. I have to be at the gig.
Yeah. I find that I run out of things to do at home. I think adding on to what you said before, when we first started, whenever we had shows ahead on the calendar, we were like, cool, the band's moving forward because we're playing shows. So there is kind of a bittersweet thing when you go home because, I mean, now we've been on the road for a long time, but there still is like a psychological thing where it's like if we're not on the road, then nobody's listening to our band,
we've actually kind of trained ourselves to think that show equals working, show equals moving forward, and so because that was our main goal when we started out, is how can we get shows, how can we book shows? I mean, as simple as trying to email club owners and bar owners and stuff, and just playing anything that we could, and if we had a show to look forward to or had one booked, it felt like good. We at least we're headed in the right direction. And so to take a time off, you know, as this year winds down, just wondering what's next. Josh and I find ourselves wondering, like, are we okay? Like, should we go play more shows? And so we kind of get antsy after a while.
What's the policy on texting each other when you guys are off? I mean, would it be uncool if you're like, hey, we're on a break, what's going on here? Or do you FaceTime just to keep it fresh every night?
Go ahead.
It's a weird dynamic because I exclusively text. I don't like talking on the phone. He likes to talk on the phone, but he won't text back. So I'll text him. I don't hear back. Then he'll call me and I don't answer. So we're just constantly trying to get a hold of each other and
missing each other.
So you're working so much, you guys can talk.
Yeah.
But we end up talking on the phone.
We FaceTime. Did we FaceTime?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It depends on the.
It's never like a
context.
normal thing. FaceTiming is just a weird thing.
Yeah.
Just like, what room are you in right now? What
Yeah.
I'm about to show you. It's just, I don't know. It's invasive. So
We're here.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
We're here backstage at a show, so we're not going to get too in-depth. We're not going to go too long. But the last time we had a full sit-down, the mindset felt like you would go do shows, but there was still a hint inside you that was like, I hope people come out to this thing. I hope people give a darn and come to the show. How have you progressed mentally with that or not? How are you taking up there right now?
Yeah, just being conditioned from the beginning. You know, Josh and I have each had nightmares where we play a show and there's no one there. And then actually we've done that before. And then to, you know, travel the world now and be in a position where we know how many people are going to be there. We know people are going to show up is really special. It's something that we don't take for granted. In fact, we look back on, you know, just the decisions that we made, deciding what to do and what shows to play and how hard to work and what songs to write. I don't know if we would want to try to do it again. You know, it's just there's so many bands trying to do this, and for us to thread a needle and be here today is incredibly, I don't know, we're grateful for it.
Is there part of you that is super ready to make new music, or are you more ready to do some more shows and just let's get out of the way for a little bit? Let's not go on Instagram. Let's not do anything. Which you did that previous, but how are you feeling?
Well, I think I don't know if there would be a world in which we just kind of like completely go off the map again.
Unless you don't call me back.
Yeah. Hey, I call you back eventually.
You text me first. Hey, what's up? And I call you.
Yeah. Is this important?
And then you text me, did you butt dial me?
Yeah. You know, like when somebody's calling and you can like text them as they're calling.
Yeah.
That's what I do. No, yeah, I think completely going off the grid was tough for both of us in a lot of ways, but
like no electricity.
Really off the grid.
We had nothing. It was
You rode a horse to the studio, no cars,
just
no nothing.
Just pooping on the ground, man.
Yeah. So I don't know if it would be that. But I do think that we're both wired to kind of always be wanting to do something that pushes this forward.
Do you like being uncomfortable? Meaning, all right, we have to write new songs, we got to do it, and maybe you don't want to, but you push yourself in there to do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because I think there's also a reality that you can become too comfortable and then and maybe just become comfortable with doing nothing. I think we.
He's been wanting to ask something.
I thought you were saying that.
I'm uncomfortable doing nothing. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah. Hey, if you're ever uncomfortable doing, look at this guy. He hasn't asked us a single question since we've been up here.
Just like your situation with him, Stryker allows me one question per interview, so I have to.
Is that what it is? I wonder if there was like
I get one per interview,
Let's hear it.
If I screw it up, should I talk about mac and cheese and ketchup again? Let's talk about
bring that up.
Let's talk about this. You have a side project you're working on. It's called A Baby. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I believe I was doing the math with my wife, and I believe she got impregnated with my kid the night I last saw you guys perform live. Yes. So there's a good chance that she was thinking of one of you two.
Yeah. Okay. See what the baby looks like.
Yeah. Well, the baby came out wearing a ski mask.
And
it was very confusing. Right is that something that you are, now that you've kind of figured out this music thing? Is that something that you are incredibly nervous for?
I'm nervous, yeah. My wife is pregnant, but I'm so excited. I don't know. Everyone, my dad is just looking forward to watching me be the dad now, because I'm close with my family still, and there's just so many things that I was a frustrating child in many ways, and he, every time, even when I was 5, 6, young, he would say, you wait till you have a kid, and you got to look at him straight in the face.
So this is a revenge birth.
Yeah, so he's excited to watch me kind of figure out everything that he had to figure out, and I just think that's the way, that's the way it should be. I'm going to do the same thing, I'm sure.
And what role does he have now? Is he an uncle, a godparent? Do you give him something? Does he
get a role?
We've never talked about it.
What role would you like?
What do you want to be? What do you want
I think
to
be an uncle, you have to be like related.
Yeah.
Well, see, there's some families. My wife's family is actually one of them. As I was getting to know her family, they would introduce me. Here's, Aunt Susie. I'm like, oh yeah, who's she related to? Oh no, this is just a good friend. So you have to kind of like understand. Some families bring aunts and uncles in that have nothing to do with the blood.
Hey man, I'm happy to be Uncle Josh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give my input, but I don't want to. I'm not ready to mess up a kid.
I'll ask you. I'll call you if I need anything.
But you can butt dial them. And I think we'll wrap it up right there.
Great.
Thank you so much for playing night 2 of Almost Acoustic Christmas. I hope you guys have a great holiday and a great rest. Good luck with your future nuptials coming up.
Thank you.
Good luck with your child. Best
Thank
to your
you.
family. And let's have a chat in 2020.
Yeah.
Another one if we can.
We'll see.
Okay, fingers crossed. I'll butt dial you.
21 Pilots. Look at these guys.
We're striking a deal.
I'm striking.
It's a deal.
We're striking the deal right now.
It's a contract.
See you 2020.